This is Singles Exchange. Let's talk, let's hang. This is Singles Exchange. Singles Exchange.
All right. Welcome back to Singles Exchange, a podcast that focuses on conversations, connections, and community. As always, I am your host, Joy J. And I think today's topic is going to spark some good conversation. So, if you are a new subscriber, hello, welcome. I'm excited you're here. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Singles Exchange on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and whatever your podcast streaming platform is. Now, that could be Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Breaker, whatever, Spotify, we on all of them. So be sure to subscribe. If you are a part of our YouTube family, I'm sorry. I know I'm behind on the videos, and I promise I will be caught up soon. And we'll be back on our regular YouTube schedule. But as for our regular podcasters, our regular listeners, and for the new people, hey y'all, how y'all doing? It's July. We are halfway through the month. I feel like the year is like zooming by. Like it's already the second quarter of the year. And yeah. How y'all doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I want to talk about a topic that I think everybody can weigh in on. So, it is a topic that I think affects singles, but I also think that it is a topic that should be highlighted to people who are not single. And you'll hear more about it in a minute. It's actually been on my list of topics for over a year now. So, of course, y'all know I've been doing the Singles Exchange podcast since June of 2020. And this topic has been there for a while, and I kept skipping over it and skipping over it and skipping over it, and I feel like the time is now. So we gonna hop into it. Y'all hang with me. Send this to a friend. If you married, send this to another married friend. If you single, send it to one of your single friends. Ask them, do they agree or do they disagree? So I got the title from, y'all remember that song, I'm Yo Pusha. Don't know. I know that was the cut. That was the cut back in the day. But um I'm not talking about drugs here. I'm actually talking about pushing your friends' dreams. And I'm talking about how you being so invested in your friends' dreams can cause lack in your own dreams. Okay. So y'all bear with me. I'm gonna just give y'all my thoughts about it, about being the single friend and about dealing with married people, and then we're gonna go back and talk about some other stuff. Hang with me. I promise y'all it's gonna be worth it. So, I am the single friend. Clearly, y'all know that. I'm the single friend. I have a ton of married friends, engaged friends, dating friends, divorced friends, and single friends. Um, to me, single friends are the best, period. But we are typically the supportive friends. We're the bridesmaids, we're the groomsmen, we are the godparents, we are the business partners, we are the investors, we are the babysitters, we are the ride or dies, the teachers, the emergency contacts. Like, we out here doing it. And that's fine. Like, we do it well. Y'all know, whatever we do, we handle it with grace and class. um there's nothing wrong with being that supportive friend, and I know that I am that friend to a lot of people. I have tried to pull back from being that friend to so many people, but I am that friend to a lot of people, and I don't mind. I love all the people in my life. But when does being the supportive friend, when does that become an inconvenience to us as single people? So I'm gonna give y'all some background on my thought process. And if you listen and bear with me, I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. I'm just exploring other thought processes and other perspectives. Okay. So there was this TikTok video. If you really know me, you know that I love TikTok and I be on there all day scrolling. So there was this TikTok video, and I'm gonna give full credit to the person who posted it. Her username is Katie H4258. And she said a direct quote: friendships between single people and married people are inherently unequal. And she went on to talk about how married people, and specifically married people with children, they have bachelor or bachelorette parties. They have weddings where we are the bridesmaid and the groomsman, and we participate in those activities. They have the bridal showers because, ladies, you know, we have a bridal shower and a bachelorette party, and maybe sometimes we have more than one of those, because if you got it like that, you got it like that. And then, you know, they all say first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage. And so after we do all of that with the wedding stuff, then it turns into gender reveals and baby showers and birthday parties and, you know, all of these other things, kindergarten graduation and high school graduation and prom, and, you know, it turns into so much more than just being my friend, showing up to my birthday dinner once a year, you know? Um, and she talked about how that will never be reciprocated in that same capacity to singles. So when I saw the TikTok, again, I'm an addict. I love TikTok. When I saw it, I immediately sent it to my group chat. I have a group chat with three of my other lady friends who are single. And I was like, all right, y'all, this is gonna be on Singles Exchange next week because we need to discuss. And of course they commented like, yeah, so true, blah, 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 blah. But so yeah, I feel like Katie made a very valid point. Um, you guys know, if you've listened to other episodes, I think it was 2 episodes ago on the podcast episode titled Always, Always, Always a Bridesmaid. I talked about the amount of time and money it takes to be a bridesmaid. It's not cheap, y'all. It's not cheap. And I am a woman, so I can only give my perspective. I'm not discounting the men because I know they pay a pretty penny too to get the, you know, haircut and rent or buy the suit and the shoes, and you know, they do the bachelor parties, and a lot of those are out of town now. So like I get it, but I feel like it's like double for the women because it's not just simple as a suit and some shoes. We got to get a dress. We got to get shoes. We got to get undergarments. We got to get our hair done. We got to get our makeup done. We got to travel to these places. We got to stay at a hotel for these places. Like it's a lot more, and that's just the day of. That's not even calculating in the bridal shower and the bachelorette party. Um, and a wedding gift because it is customary that you buy the couple a gift. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to be somebody's friend and to be in their wedding. I get it. Um, my question is, how is that reciprocated for the single person, other than a birthday dinner? Because in our culture it is customary that we do something to celebrate our friend's birthday. I know one of my friend groups, and it is a pretty large friend group, no matter what, we know that we either doing dinner or we going to somebody's house for every birthday. That's just a thing that we do. um we expect it, we know it's coming, we know when everybody's birthday is, like, we own it. um but how else do single people receive that type of love and gratitude in their friendships? Like, what are the other ways that you show that type of support or love to your single friends? um like I said, in a lot of ways, Katie was right, because it's a lot. to pour out all that money. And also, sidebar, because I talked about being a godparent, being a real godparent. Listen, it's a whole nother tea. It's an entirely different ballpark, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of my tea. I have five god kids and counting. There is a little bundle on the way, and I am ecstatic. But yeah, I by the end of the year will have six god kids. And it's a lot. Like I love my god kids, but that's six birthdays, six Christmas gifts, um, six lives. That's keeping up with six kids because you got to call and check on them. And I only live close to one of my six god kids. So um, I am able to spend time with the one that is close, in close proximity. I can physically go and spend time with him. Before the others, that's FaceTime calls and calling their parents to check on them. Aside from the relationship that I have with their parents, like, listen, it's a lot. The single friends out here doing it, okay? Um, so yeah, I just want to throw that in there about my god kids because I love them. But when I was thinking about this, when I started writing out my thoughts for this podcast, and yes, I'm looking at my notes, but when I started thinking out, what exactly I wanted to talk about in this particular episode, I was like, okay, I get what you're saying, Katie. I'm here. But does this thought process give the implication that friendship is based on money and or time? Like, I don't want anybody to take away from this that Joy said, um, if you're not giving money to your single friends, you're not doing it right. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Because I don't think that's a fair um analysis. I think that true friendship is so much more than how much money you spend on me or how much money I spent on you. Um but it's more so just an accountability or a measure or a self check, so to speak, of in what ways are you actually pouring into your single friends? Because you should. Single friends pour into you, and you should be pouring into them. So as I got into that thought process, of course, I have to start with me. I can always give account for myself, so I was like, I am the business owner friend. Y'all know Singles Exchange is my baby, my brainchild, my unexpected baby, but my baby nonetheless. So I think that with Singles Exchange, there's definitely opportunities for my friends to show reciprocity, to return the favor, to pour into me, to pour into my business, whether that's sharing, a post or commenting on a post. God knows at the beginning of Singles Exchange, when it first started to come to fruition, if there was a post that wasn't getting traction, I would text my friends quickly. Hey y'all, can y'all please go comment so that it can start posting or being seen in other people's timelines? Like, I was learning the algorithm, and my friends did every time, every single time they came through, no questions asked. Um, when we started to sell merchandise, we came out with the mask, and I was like, I'm only gonna order this many because I don't think people gonna buy them. And my friends sold me out quickly. Same thing with the t-shirts. I would honestly say that 90% of my pre-ordered t-shirts were my friends. Like, my friends come through for me, and I appreciate that. But I recognize that, again, I am the business owner friend. What if I wasn't the business owner friend? What ways would I honestly be able to say that my friends pour into me and show that they want this friendship? Because in all relationships, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, a familial relationship, whatever it is, um, it has to be two parties working together. It cannot be one person trying to make that relationship work. It will fail every time because that's just not the way relationships work. Relationships are an intertwinement of two people. So um my question to the friends that are, or not just the friends, but to the listeners, and the viewers, for those of you that are on YouTube, but to the people who are married and or engaged and or have children, um, your friends that pour into you, that pour into your marriage, that pour into your children, that pour into your business, my friends that are business owners. Um, when you look at those people who support you, how do you celebrate them? How do you love on them? How do you show them that although you don't have children, you are still of value in my life? Or although you don't have a spouse, you're still of value in my life. How do you show those people those things? And I want to give two really good examples of how people in my life showed me that they love me. So, one friend who shall remain nameless, but I'm sure she is listening, she randomly texted me, I want to say the day before Valentine's Day. And she was like, "Do you have Valentine's Day plans tomorrow?" Now, this was this year, 2021. So we were still very much in the thick of COVID. And she was like, "Do you have plans?" And I was like, "Nah, girl, I'm gonna be at the house looking how I'm looking, watching TV, internet, church, and moving on." And she was like, "Well, of course, with COVID, I can't physically come hang out with you, but I want to have brunch with you. So you tell me what you want, no matter what it is or how much it is, and I will DoorDash it to your house. And we'll have brunch, or you can have brunch on me and my spouse." And I was like, "Oh my God." I'm finna cry just thinking about it. I was like, "Oh my God, that is so thoughtful and creative." Because I really wasn't, of course, like I said, I'm a single friend, so it ain't like I got no boo. I was just out here like, okay, I'm gonna put on this little singles exchange event Saturday night, and I'm chilling on Sunday. I'm gonna drink my wine, watch a little movie, move on with my life type of thing. So I thought it was super thoughtful that she randomly, without even really having a conversation about Valentine's Day plans, was just like, "I want to do something. I want to pour into you." And even though she and I are friends, clearly not because of that, like we're friends, we were friends way before it, that stuck out to me. It was memorable to me because to me, it shows initiative, and it says that you are my friend, and even though you don't have other ways for me to pour into you, I'm gonna find a way to pour into you. So that was important to me. Another time, and this was actually two separate occasions with two different friends, but they did the same thing. Um, Again, if you really know me, you know how much I love Starbucks. Y'all, I love me some Starbucks. I go to Starbucks 3 times a week when I'm at work. In the summertime, I do good about not going to Starbucks. But the moment I gotta go back to work, that Starbucks in my heart be like, "Feed me." So on two separate occasions, I have gotten a random cash app like, "Hey, Starbucks on me. Have a good day." Or there was another time I was really going through, and I had not slept at all. This was recently dealing with the death of a family member, and I had only told one person that I had not been to sleep that day at all, and she cashed at me like, "Here, go to Starbucks on me. You gonna need it." Again, I'm gonna cry. I'm a crybaby, y'all. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep talking about this stuff because I literally would start crying. If you listening, friend, I'm not gonna say your name either, but I appreciate you for being attentive. And that's another part of relationships, is just paying attention. Sometimes it's not about giving me money. It's just listening to you, listen to your friends, and being able to show them that I'm actually listening. So I'm gonna move on because I'm for real finna cry. Anyway, I done talked to the married people, and I do want y'all to question yourself. Sit down and ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing to pour into my single friends? But now I want to talk to the single people, because The same way that we holding them accountable for pouring into you and pushing your dreams like you push theirs, I'm gonna hold you accountable because you need to be pushing your own dreams. We cannot, as single people, get so caught up in supporting and serving and loving on other people that we do not support and serve and love on ourselves. You get what I'm saying? So, my single people, it's okay to support your friend, but where do you draw the line? How far is too far? What are your boundaries with what you will take on or what you will allow in your life? So I'm gonna start by saying this. I am guilty of supporting my friends to the point that I have nothing left to give myself. That goes for time, that goes for money, that goes for energy, that goes for mental space. Um, I am so guilty of that, and I have been working on it probably for 2 years now, and it is a very slow work in progress. It's true that you teach people how to treat you, and it's hard to unteach that on both ends. It's hard for them to it's hard for them to get it when you change, but sometimes it's hard for us too, because when we love people in our life, we want to be there for them, we want to do things for them. And when you can't do that, you almost feel guilty. Like, I know there have been times when I felt guilty for saying no, and that's not okay. Like, it's not okay. So I'm asking you guys, where do you draw the line? Because, like I said, it's okay to say no. I have literally had to teach myself this year, to stop saying it's okay when it's really not. People have dropped their kids off to me and told me I'm gonna be gone 1 hour, been gone 6, 7 hours. Um, People have called me at midnight, or constantly called me and like just dumped all their problems on me. And then after an hour and a half of talking, will say, "Oh my God, I forgot to ask you, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, actually, I really do have a lot going on. Or I'm struggling with this." And they like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And my knee jerk reaction is to say it's okay, and it's not. Like, we got to learn to stop saying it's okay when it's really not. It's not okay. So instead of saying it's okay, you'll say, "Thank you for your apology," or "I accept your apology," or "Thank you for listening to me." Something besides it's okay. Another thing is that it's okay to say no. Like, you have every right to say no. And I have had to teach myself this. I know at one point my friends was like, "This girl just don't want to talk to us no more. She probably don't want to hang out with us no more because she literally just stopped coming to stuff." And the reality is, I just had to teach myself that you don't have to be at every event. You don't have to donate to every endeavor. You don't even have to answer every phone call. It's okay to say no. And I know that's hard. I know it hurt and make you feel a little guilty, but it really is okay to say no. Like, you know, "Oh, we going to TBD." No, no, I'm not gonna make it. Y'all have a good time. And if people ask you why, you say, "Because I'm not available." They don't have to know what you're doing. You could be laying up at home with your feet kicked up and your wig off. "I'm not available." The answer is no. And it may just be a no just because. Because I'm not going to give you your way every time. You could say that too. But alone time is equally as important as time with your friends. It is very important in any relationship that you spend time with that person, whether, like I said, it's a romantic, a familial, or a completely platonic relationship. To maintain it, you do have to spend some time. Sometime. You don't have to spend all time. That's not fair. So in this season, I am pushing myself, my hopes, my dreams, my desires to the forefront. And don't get me wrong, I have pushed my friends. I have paraded with them. I have celebrated with them and supported them and served with them, served them in their times. It's my time now. A friend recently hit me to one of my favorite podcasters, Melissa Fredericks. She has this hashtag that she's been using called main character energy, right? So, um, I think I'm going to adopt that for the second half of the year. I'm adopting main character energy because I'm the main character in my life. I'm not going to continue to consider other people when making decisions for me. I am a single woman. I have no children, no biological children. And I'm free to do what I want. So from now on, I'm not gonna be y'all pusher because I gotta be my own. I gotta be my own cheerleader. And I'ma still love you, but I'm not putting more energy into your stuff than mine. Okay? So again, my challenge to the married folks or engaged folks or friends with kids, whatever, is look into how you're supporting your single friends, especially the single friends that don't have podcasts, that don't have businesses, that don't have endeavors that you can pour into. If it's just them, no business, no husband or wife, no kids, no dog, if it's just them, one whole and complete person, how are you loving on them? How are you supporting them and journeying with them? And for the single people, I'm challenging you to find that main character energy and stick with it. You deserve it. You deserve to have the spotlight on you, okay? All right, I'm done. I'm getting off of here. It's my dinner time and I'm ready to eat. I love y'all so much. I thank y'all for always kicking it with me on this podcast. I am looking forward to the next one. We got some really fun things in the works, but you'll have to check out the website for that. And you can find that link on the Singles Exchange Facebook page. So that's all I got, y'all. Let's exchange.